Shut up, damn high, sia.
How much do you pump again? 130.
After discount, 142, I think. 170, and that's not a full tank, and that's a 3/4 tank. Hey everyone, welcome back to SG Carmart Reviews. So, this is the new 5th generation Range Rover. And you know, Range Rovers have definite off-road routes and capabilities, but they're very much on-road, opulent luxury SUVs. And I think that's a reputation that's been somewhat buoyed by the fact that this is kind of perceived as the car of choice for many top footballers. And as we'll see, this new one takes all that luxury up yet another level. So before we start today's review, did you know that you could be losing up to $5,000 when you trade in your car? So if you're thinking of upgrading to this Range Rover and want to trade in your car, you should try selling your car with Coates instead. Coates uses its network of dealers to get you the best price possible. In fact, they're so confident on getting you the best price, if you sell your car for a higher price, they'll give you $100. Don't just take our word for it, look at the hundreds of raving reviews on the website. To find out more, visit coates.com.sg, that's QUOTZ.com.sg. Now, back to the review. As you can see, everything about this exterior design is all about being clean and flush surfaces. So, you know, everything down the front is really just a single surface. And if you come on over here, you can see that the door handles are flush as well and only come out when you unlock the car and want to get in. Now, talking about size, these are 23-inch rims. 23. You know how massive 23 is? Now let's go check out the back, where it's kind of cool actually. We're here at the back of the car, and again, it is a very nice and sleek, you know, surface. And you might be thinking, hey, where are the brake lights and where are the indicators? They're there, they're just very nicely hidden away, right? So it's only when you step on the brake or indicate, obviously there's someone in the car doing it for me, that it then appears, and then, you know, when you cancel your indication and you stop braking, it just disappears again. And it's a very cool trick in a way, but I think it also is a very neat solution, right, to keep this exterior surface as clean as possible. Now, boot space. Oh, why we never clear the boot? So, with this car, we have 1,050 litres of boot space, and as you expect from a Land Rover, it has a split folding tailgate, and that's very useful for when you need to, you know, chuck big stuff in, right? So as you can see, it will very easily swallow up the big luggage and the anti-trolley length test, and one of those cool things when you can actually sit here and, you know, chit-chat with your friends, whatever you want to do. And you know, it's a big-ass boot, right? It will swallow up anything you ever need. And if you still need more space, you can very easily, you know, knock down the rear seats. Give it a while. You can knock down the rear seats. You can, you know, lower the car if you need to. You know, you can do all kinds of things, and there's a, you know, there are buttons here for you to do all that kind of thing. So, you know, it's a very flexible cargo space. Now let's go jump inside the car and just see how luxurious this car is. The Land Rover Range Rover is priced at $695,000 for the 3-litre variant, and the 4.4-litre variant is available by intent only. The 3-litre engine produces 394 brake horsepower and 550 Nm of torque. The 8-speed transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km/h in 5.8 seconds. For more details on the Range Rover or any other car, head on to sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now, I'm here in the rear of the Range Rover in these Executive Class Comfort Plus rear seats, and they are fantastically comfortable, right? And they aren't just normal seats, you know, these have massage function, these are ventilated, they're heated if you really need. And then, you know, you have a nice big screen in front, so you can actually plug in your, you know, your devices, HDMI, you can, you know, watch Netflix. You can actually connect headphones via Bluetooth as well, so, you know, it is a nice lounge space. And of course, you know, if you really need, you can actually use the middle seat as well. It's nice and comfortable, it's fairly flat floor, you can fit 3 people easily. However, let's be very, very honest, if you're here in the rear of the Range Rover, the seat that you want to be in is this one. And let me show you why. So firstly, this, as you can see, is a 5-seater. You can also have this car strictly as a 4-seater or, for the first time ever, as a 7-seater as well. However, even with this 5-seater variant, push one button, this center one drops down, and you get access to a whole bunch of cool things. So first of all, obviously there is this screen here, and with this you can adjust all kinds of things. You can adjust your blinds, your screens, your climate control, your lighting, your seats. But the cool thing about being in this particular seat is, let me show you, you can tell the front seat to go away. Like, I mean literally go away. So far front that I can basically stretch out my legs fully and I'm not even touching the back of the front seat. And after you have done that, you can hit the recline button. You can see the seats recline slightly, a little footrest appears that you can put your feet on. And after that, you can also then raise this leg rest here. It's not the quickest, but you know, you'll get there. And you now have a real full-on lounge, right? It's fantastic. You have massage seats, there's even a hot stone program, so you know, like going to a real spa, right? And it's just fantastic. It's fantastic, right? It's got that sort of opulence about it. And it's not just a lounge space, it's also a workspace if you need. So for example, here you can see that there's an actual 3-pin plug there, so you can plug in your laptop, charger, you know, do whatever work you need to. And you know, there is bottle holder here, it's nicely tucked away, and you have a nice compartment here as well. So you know, super spacious, super luxurious, super expensive. It's everything you want your Range Rover to be, right? Just to add to that a little bit, a couple of things that I do like is that attention to detail. So for example, if you look here, the handles, they actually hinge out in a way, or even your little hook here. It's very, you know, it's painstaking detail, right? I think that's what makes a car like that worth however much money you're paying for it, right? It's all that little attention to detail. And yeah, like I said, you know, if there's one seat in this whole car I want to be in, is this particular one. However, I do have to drive the car as well, so let's go jump in the driver's seat just to see how the front of the car looks like. Now, here in the front of the new Range Rover, the main improvement is this 13.1-inch PV Pro touchscreen. And according to Land Rover, you're supposed to be able to get to any function you want within 2 button presses. And you know, I think that's pretty true, right? Everything is, you know, sort of 2 touches away. And it is a much more streamlined system. I think it's a lot better. It's actually fairly easy to use. It works like a lot of your modern, you know, smartphone, stuff like that. So it's a very, very nice system. Beyond that, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on here as well, right? So let's talk about this. This is your, you know, your drive mode. So you have dynamic, eco, comfort, which is probably what most people will be using. You also have grass, gravel, snow, you have mud ruts, you have sand, you have rock crawl, and you have wading. So drive modes that 100% of Range Rover owners in Singapore will probably never use. What else? We have a whole bunch of other things. We have a fridge here. It is very cool. If you look inside, it's actually frosting up inside, so you can put your, you know, iced lemon tea here. And you obviously have cup holders, but if you need super deep cup holders, you want to put a bottle, there is, you know, there's all kinds of stuff. Charging pad, etc, etc, right? We have this digital rear view mirror. Can't remember what it's properly called, but I think that's very useful considering how big and long this car is. This gives you a very easy access to see what's behind you. And especially when coming to parking this car, it's very handy that this has a 3D view. And actually, if you put it into reverse, and when you're reversing the lot, the car actually uses camera to show you what's underneath the car, so you can actually see the road underneath the car. And again, that's very handy for when you're trying to park in, you know, smaller lots, because again, this car is 5 meters long, more than 5 meters long, and more than 2 meters wide. Now, let me get back into park. Now, as far as materials go, it is, you know, it is full-on opulent luxury, right? You got leather everywhere, like everywhere, and wherever there isn't leather, you have wood trimming, so it feels very expensive. It feels very, 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 very premium. One other cool thing, this car has 35 speakers with this Meridian sound system, and that's more speakers than your house and my house combined. Now let's go drive this car and see what it feels like on the road. So this new Range Rover is offered with two engine variants, a 3-litre inline-6 and the 4.4-litre V8 that we have in this car. And this 4.4-litre V8 produces 523 brake horsepower and 750 Nm of torque. So it is very, very quick, even considering the fact that this car is over 2.6 tons, so it's a heavy car. However, you just put your foot down and once it drops the necessary gears, it picks up like hell. So if I get into another lane, drop a couple of gears, it's very quick, right? It is more performance than anyone really needs in a big ass SUV. However, going fast in this car is not really the point, right? It's about the refinement, and here it's really, really good. So this has independent air suspension and it's fantastic, right? It really easily soaks up all the bumps in the road. Honestly, for some humps you don't even need to brake, right? You just go over it and it just shrugs it off like nothing at all. And I think that's part of what makes this car feel so luxurious. It's very comfortable, it's very, I wouldn't say light, but it handles itself very, very well. Also, according to Land Rover, this car, the torsional rigidity of this car has been improved by up to 50%, and it shows, I think this car manages that weight a lot better than before. You don't feel that flex in the chassis very much. And when you're going through corners and stuff, it handles reasonably well, right? And the last thing is also just how quiet it is. So I'm doing, what am I doing now? I'm doing 70 on the highway. And really, other than that very, very slight engine noise if you're driving it lightly, it's actually very, very quiet. It's very refined. It's very, that sense of luxury just, exudes itself all the time. And that's what I really, really enjoy about this car. It just feels good, it feels good and quite easy to drive, It is still a huge car, so if you're going to look in your mirrors, you're taking up a lot of space in the lane, right? You're basically filling the whole lane. But I will say it doesn't feel that big to drive, right? It's not intimidating to drive. I think the vision out of this quite elevated driving position is very good. And it's also helped by the fact that this has rear wheel steering, so in tighter spaces, in car parks or in tight corners, it actually helps to shorten the wheelbase and makes it slightly easier to negotiate. And yes, it's a big car, but it doesn't feel that big, to be very honest. It's only when you get out of the car and look at it that you realize, holy shit, this car is big. But I guess that's also part of the appeal, right? People like this car because it has that sort of intimidating factor to other cars on the road as well. But overall, I must say that the improvements in terms of the overall refinement and quality of the drive is very noticeable, and I think it's a much, much better car for it. Now, the new Range Rover, is it a will buy, won't buy, or go try? I think this is a will buy. Hear me out. This obviously is not a car for most people, mainly because most people can't afford it. So if you are concerned that, will this car fit in my HDB car park, I don't think this car is for you. However, if you are shopping in this particular segment, then I think this is a worthwhile buy, right? It's a very, very good car and it's very, very luxurious. It's going to cost you, obviously. So the 3-litre version starts at 765,000 and this 4.4-litre version is much closer to 800,000. So of course it's bleedingly expensive, and that's even before you get into personalization and customization and options and all that kind of thing. But I suppose every car in this segment is going to be crazy expensive, right? It is luxury after all. That's why it's called luxury. It's not for the masses. And with this Range Rover, if you're looking for that kind of imposing luxury, I do think that there's really nothing like the experience of driving and owning a Range Rover. It really makes you feel like you are the king of the road. Alright, so that's our review of the new Range Rover. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And like, share and subscribe to our channel, especially for those of you who are watching that are not yet subscribed. Please do give us a subscribe. And also hit the notification bell so you will be notified of our upcoming videos. And also check us out on TikTok, we are at SG Carmart. So that's all I have, I'll catch you soon. Bye! Now, this... Oh, Hang on. 3, 2. Oh, mic test, mic test, mic test.